from your visit to Uganda. And we are very happy that we contributed in a small way to your elevation to that high office. Those who don't know the Prime Minister well have been following what he has been doing. He has brought a lot of changes in India, which have made India to move very fast by bringing a business-oriented approach to the management of public affairs in India. Instead of worshiping bureaucracy, he promotes efficiency and innovation. And that's what has made India to be one of the fastest growing economies in the world. Therefore, we are very happy to receive you here as an old friend, and we have been busy discussing what we can do hereafter from now on. I've met him before when we went for the Africa-India Summit in India, in New Delhi, and also we met recently in Chogum in London, in the Buckingham Palace and at Windsor Castle. In our discussion today, as usual, on our side, we emphasized trade, investment, and tourism. Because these are the three things that can put people together, where we work for mutual prosperity, where we can support the prosperity of the Indian people by buying their products, and they can support our prosperity by buying our products. On the side of trade, there's been an imbalance, but it's going down. It's going down because Uganda now is importing less globally, not just from India, because we are a bit more self-sufficient. In 2015, our imports from India were $1.2 billion. But today, they are $736 million. So that means the importing is less. The exports are going up, but slowly, to $44 million compared to $24 million in 2015. I had a very good discussion with the Prime Minister how to enhance this, how India can work with Uganda to promote more sales into India. One of the easiest ways, there are two easiest ways. One is to bring Indian tourists here. Because if the Indian tourists come here, then they leave dollars here. And those dollars will help in balancing the trade account. In order to promote tourism, we are going to revive Uganda Airlines, and I will ask the Prime Minister to allow us to fly to Bombay. I don't want to go to other towns, which I don't know very well, but the town I know very well where my tribesmen come from, my Indian tribes, they come from mainly Bombay, so that's where I will go for. I know there are other Indian cities, but once we get to Bombay, they can take care of themselves. For us, we just stop in Bombay and come back, or go to Dubai and come Bombay, or something like that, some arrangement. So that will be able to deal with tourism, the tourism side. And that will bring in Indian tourists here. As you can see, Prime Minister, the climate here is very good. That Indian heat which you have in India, please tell them to come here for the summer, and then they go back when it rains. Then on the side of health care, the Prime Minister is proposing that some Indian groups come and invest here in health care. And you know what that would mean, because many of our people go to India for medical care. So if some of that was here, then that exodus would be less. India has offered us $200 million worth of credit, and we can use this money to buy some products from India. When we went for the Africa-India Summit, he offered a credit of $10 billion. I don't think we have used it. I don't think Uganda has used it very much. I think we have been asleep on our side. We have not used it much. So what I have proposed to him is that we could look at 3 areas. There are transmission lines of electricity, which we can use that money to build some of them. But also, we have the machine. They make very good machinery, factory parts in India for fruit processing, for maize meal milling, for animal feed making, for making shoes, making textiles. We have a lot of those products. I would like to use part of this credit to import those for our business people. The UDB, Uganda Development Bank, should establish a line of some relationship where they can oversee that the use of that money to bring equipment for value addition here. We need to buy to cover the whole spectrum of value addition. Whatever India makes, we should import in the form of value addition machinery. And then the issue of solar-powered water pumps. That one we have already made a decision that all the solar-powered water pumps, which we need for irrigation here, will either be assembled here or manufactured here. So again, we can work with the Indian teams on this one and maybe use some of this credit. The Prime Minister is open on this. He says, you establish your priorities. You are the one who know the priorities best. For us, we shall follow. The Prime Minister has offered to build a Mahatma Gandhi. Mahatma Gandhi was a nationalist, a freedom fighter from India, but who started his freedom fighting in South Africa. He was a lawyer in South Africa, and when he faced racism there, he opposed it and started opposing racism in South Africa. And then he went back to India and started the freedom movement there. When he died, his ashes were, part of his ashes were immersed at Jinja, the source of the Nile. And the Prime Minister has offered a convention center in memory of Mahatma Gandhi. Now, the original idea was that the convention center could be in Kampala, but with more discussion, we are now gravitating towards either conventions, something, but certainly a tourism center at the source of the Nile in Jinja, where people can come both for tourism but also as pilgrimage to the memory of Mahatma Gandhi. Then you had the issue on defense. We shall cooperate with the Indian Minister of Defense in a number of training areas, and the details are in the protocol. So I want to welcome the Prime Minister here and thank him for the cooperation between Uganda and India and between Africa and India. When we were fighting for colonialism, against colonialism, we worked together with our elders worked with Yoweri Nehru. He supported our people a lot when we were fighting for freedom. Now we are working together to develop the third world so that the third world also becomes part of the first world. And I'm very happy to be working with the Prime Minister, and I now invite him to give you his words of wisdom. Thank you very much.
His Excellency, President Museveni, respected delegates, members of the media, ये मेरा सौभाग्य है कि 2 दशकों के बाद भारत के प्रधानमंत्री की पहली द्विपक्षीय यात्रा के लिए मेरा युगांडा आना हुआ है। प्रेसिडेंट मुसेवेनी भारत के बहुत पुराने मित्र हैं। मेरा भी उनसे बहुत पुराना परिचय है। 2007 में जब मैं गुजरात के मुख्यमंत्री के रूप में यहां आया था, उस यात्रा की मधुर यादें आज भी ताजा है। और आज राष्ट्रपति जी के उदार शब्दों और हमारे गर्मजोशी भरे स्वागत सत्कार और सम्मान के लिए मैं उनका हृदय से आभार प्रकट करता हूं। फ्रेंड्स, भारत और युगांडा के बीच सदियों पुराने तथा ऐतिहासिक संबंध समय की कसौटी पर खरे उतरे हैं। युगांडा हमेशा हमारे दिलों के करीब रहा है और रहेगा। युगांडा की आर्थिक प्रगति और राष्ट्रीय विकास के प्रयासों में भारत हमेशा साथ रहा है। ट्रेनिंग, कैपेसिटी बिल्डिंग, टेक्नोलॉजी, इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर आदि हमारे सहयोग के प्रमुख क्षेत्र रहे हैं। भविष्य में भी हम युगांडा की आवश्यकताओं और प्राथमिकताओं के अनुसार अपना सहयोग जारी रखेंगे। युगांडा की जनता के प्रति हमारी मित्रता की अभिव्यक्ति के रूप में भारत सरकार ने युगांडा कैंसर इंस्टीट्यूट कंपाला को एक अत्याधुनिक कैंसर थेरेपी मशीन गिफ्ट करने का निर्णय लिया है। मुझे यह जानकर खुशी है कि इस मशीन से न केवल हमारे उगांडा के मित्रों की बल्कि पूर्वी अफ्रीकी देशों के मित्रों की भी जरूरत पूरी होगी। युगांडा में एनर्जी, इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर और कृषि तथा डेयरी सेक्टर के विकास के लिए हमने लगभग $200 मिलियन की 2 लाइन्स ऑफ क्रेडिट के प्रस्तावों को मंजूरी दी है। यह संतोष का विषय है कि रक्षा क्षेत्र में भी हमारा सहयोग आगे बढ़ रहा है। मिलिट्री ट्रेनिंग में हमारे सहयोग का लंबा इतिहास है। हम इस सहयोग को और अधिक मजबूत करने के लिए तैयार हैं। हमने युगांडा सेना के लिए और सिविल कामों के लिए व्हीकल्स और एम्बुलेंसेस देने का निर्णय भी लिया है। ट्रेड एंड इन्वेस्टमेंट में हमारे संबंध मजबूत हो रहे हैं। कल राष्ट्रपति जी के साथ मिलकर मुझे दोनों देशों के प्रमुख बिजनेस लीडर के साथ मिलकर इन संबंधों को और अधिक बल देने पर चर्चा करने का अवसर मिलेगा। फ्रेंड्स, युगांडा में रहने वाले भारतीय मूल के समाज के प्रति राष्ट्रपति जी के स्नेह के लिए मैं उनका हृदय से आभार प्रकट करता हूं। एक कठिन समय के बाद राष्ट्रपति जी के कुशल और मजबूत नेतृत्व में आज भारतीय मूल का समाज युगांडा के सामाजिक और आर्थिक जीवन में भरपूर योगदान दे रहा है। कि आज शाम भारतीय मूल के समाज के साथ मेरे कार्यक्रम में राष्ट्रपति जी स्वयं शामिल होंगे। उनके इस स्पेशल जेस्चर के लिए मैं पूरे भारत की ओर से उनका अभिनंदन करता हूं। कल सुबह मुझे युगांडा के संसद को संबोधित करने का सौभाग्य भी मिलेगा। यह सौभाग्य पाने वाला मैं भारत का पहला प्रधानमंत्री हूं। इस विशेष सम्मान के लिए मैं राष्ट्रपति जी का और युगांडा की संसद का हृदय से आभार प्रकट करता हूं। फ्रेंड्स, भारत और युगांडा दोनों युवा प्रधान देश हैं। दोनों सरकारों पर युवाओं की आकांक्षाओं को पूरा करने की जिम्मेदारी है और इन प्रयासों में हम एक दूसरे के साथ सहयोग करने के लिए पूरी तरह प्रतिबद्ध है। 125 करोड़ भारतीयों की ओर से मैं युगांडा के लोगों की प्रगति के और समृद्धि के लिए हार्दिक शुभकामनाएं देता हूं। बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद।